Welcome to another episode of Vital Outdoors TV. I'm Trevor, and today I'm going to be showing you my top 10 baits to catch largemouth bass. Now, these are just going to be all-around baits that you should have in your bass box, whether you're new to fishing or experienced. These are 10 baits that I think you should always carry with you. Now, these are good for covering a bunch of different conditions and seasons. They also work good. I got different colors, but really what matters is what colors work on your lakes. So let's get right into it. These aren't in any specific order. They're just my top 10 baits that I think you need to have with you when bass fishing. So here's number one. It's going to be a lipless crankbait. Now there's many different types of these. This one happens to be a Rattle Trap, one of my favorite brands for them. But really any brand that makes crankbaits makes lipless crankbaits. This one, I like the Rattle Traps because they have tons of rattles in there, so they're really loud in the water. And that's good for fishing pre-spawn and spawn bass, although it's good all year round. And in fall, when they go to chase the shad, that's a good bait to be throwing. Another crankbait here is something a little fatter profile, more rounded. And this is a deeper diving one. Well, it dives about 8 foot, and this is a KVD by Strike King. It's a KVD 1.5 size, and this is in the Sexy Sunfish color. It's a great color for pretty much any body of water because it imitates shad, it imitates bluegill, crappie, perch, whatever you have in your body of water that you're fishing, this will match. So that's a good color for all around. Then we have a frog. Now, frog fishing is great. This is a Booyah Pad Crasher. Really nice looking frog. You can see it's really realistic there. Nice long tails on there. But you can also trim them up to get it to walk easier. And like I said, that's a really realistic frog. Good bite down on that. And it's really soft, so you don't have to worry about having fish not bite all the way hard enough. But you will get more snags than you will on other frogs. But you'll also have a better hookup ratio because of that. Then we have a spinnerbait. This is another Strike King one. And this is a double bladed one. You can see it's a Colorado blade and a willow leaf blade. And this is in a chartreuse and white color. Now this is good for fishing around bodies of water with shad or perch. Mainly in dark water with the chartreuse and white. But it'll even work in clear water. I like to use it on rivers, so that's another bait that you gotta have in your box. Then we have a jig. This is another Strike King. It's a little finesse jig, you can see. This is red and black colored in 3/8 of an ounce. Now, if you're getting into, you're a beginner fisherman or just getting into bass fishing with lures, then I'd use a smaller one. Strike King Bitsy jigs are great for beginners. You catch a lot of fish on them. Not necessarily big fish, but you do catch a lot. And this one just happens to be red, but any color watermelon or green pumpkin's good. Anything natural I like. But in the dirtier water, this red is a great color. Then, on the back of your jigs, you're going to need a jig trailer, which it's just like this. It's a little, kind of like a crawl looking, but just a really short body on there, so you just throw it on the back of your jig. And this one's a net bait pocket chunk. You can see it's in a watermelon with red and black flake color, and this is the tiny pocket chunk. There's the package there. You can see it's the tiny pocket chunk, and it's actually green pumpkin red color. So that's my favorite jig trailer. I got it in different sizes, different colors, but it's a really reliable bait, and the legs kick nice when you swim it, and it falls really nice in the water. So that's my favorite jig trailer. Then a 4-inch finesse worm. This you can drop shot, you can fish it on a shaky head, stand-up jig head, you can Texas rig it, Carolina rig. This is pretty much a really universal bait. And you can see this is in crawfish orange swirl color, and it's by Gander Mountain. It's their 4-inch finesse worm. I really recommend that one. This color, the craw with the orange swirl, is probably my favorite color. So if you can find any baits with that orange, blue, green, brown mix, you're going to catch fish in bodies of water that have a lot of bluegills. That's going to be a great bait for you to go with. Then is Senko. This is a Yum Dinger, 5-inch. I generally always use 5-inch. There are times where I'll go bigger or smaller, but 5-inch is pretty much the best all around. And this is in watermelon red flake also. So you can see that there. I like to just wacky rig it so you get this presentation in the water. And that's a Yum Dinger, like I said. Then you need some type of crawfish bait. My favorite is this Biz Baits right there. Baits that mean business. And this is the Biz Bug. It's a 4 1/4 inch. This is the green pumpkin color. Really nice bait. Really thick body so it'll stay on your hook and won't tear really easy. Looks like a craw. You can flip it if you leave these legs together, or you can simply tear them apart and you have more of a craw type bait. And you can see there, I got their hat too. Really good brand, so go check them out, Biz Baits. And then last but not least is a grub. Now this is good all year round, especially in the winter when they're not hitting big baits. A little grub like this is good. This is in the 3 1/2 inch one in smoke hologram. And this is the Z-Man. It's a Elastex grub, you can see there. And it's got the Elastex in it, so it's really flexible. You can see here. You don't have to worry about fish ripping it or tearing it off, biting the tail off like you do with normal ones. And it also stays on your hook really good. So that's the Z-Man Elastex, and those are my top 10 baits that I think you need to have in your tackle box at all time when bass fishing. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Vital Outdoors TV, and be sure to hit like below.